Today is a sad day, because today is probably the last time Rank 6 Mojo comes to Tier 1 Alliance War. I'm so sad about this, man. Mojo has made this season so much fun, and this is going to be a nice little send-off for him. So anyways, I got what was that? I think Path 6 and then Path 1 as like my path fights. And then I got that Serpent mini on 38. You know we had to do it. And then finally I got Sauron on node 48, I believe. Oh yeah, bringing in Viv this war. I was happy about that too. And actually ascended her just for the Havok fight that I'm taking later in this video. But starting off, one of his bread and butter matchups, Maestro on, node 6. And yeah, Mojo's just going to go to work. Going to constantly knock him down, keep anti-life up so that I can remove all the buffs that he's going to get. Yeah, very buff-heavy matchup where he's going to be getting those prowesses and the physical resist, so I'm just going to be spamming my specials. So yeah, there he goes. There's the first special 2, and get that anti-life field up right before he can get his glancing. That's going to go away. Special 2 Fury, that's going to go away. All the buffs, just get him out of there. We don't want to see him. All right. Dropping another big special 2. Still don't have my, personal fury, but I'm not going to need it in this fight because he's going to go down so quickly with all of the special 2 spamming and degen, spamming that I'm doing here. And yeah, that'll be it for this fight. Not too bad. Only health I lost was really just to spiked armor, critting. But nothing I can really do about that. Okay, next up, got this Elsa on node 15. Pretty much a nothing matchup. Diversity, tactic placement, but this is a great place to ramp Mojo. There were probably more fights this season where I could have just ramped Mojo and didn't, or like someone else was sent and stuff like that, but he, because of the tactic, he counters a lot of the skill purify abilities and had a lot more reach than he would typically have. And, in the last 2 wars, I definitely got to do that a bit more on the path fights as we prioritize getting him more ramp for that Serpent fight. Showed it could be a little risky when I'm only having 1 fight to ramp him up. Yeah, but here I'm just going to be taking her special 1s all on the block. Don't really want to waste my prowess dexing them. She's throwing them immediately, which is great, and I definitely don't want to risk, trying to parry them and getting blasted with like a multi-prowess special 1. No reason to risk that whatsoever. Alright, so yeah, she's going down slowly but surely, blocking the special 1 once again. Mojo's, his block kind of sucks, but now I have my personal fury and back-to-back special 2s with power back boosts completely delete her. So good fight there, nice little ramp. And now we're going to move on to section 2, going to be taking path 1. One of the matchups that Mojo died to last season was a Jabari Panther. So anytime I get to fight her now, I just know I'm not going to die. Like, it's just not happening. And especially since I have White Magneto for guidance here, it's definitely not happening because that's pretty much her only defensive threat. I guess she has 2, but the tactic takes away 1 because I'm constantly gaining prowess, so she's not going to be entering the hunt, and she's not going to be cleansing my stuns, my parry stuns because of guidance. So easy ramp fight for Mojo, going to be the last one I take before Serpent. Don't really need it. It's just a rank 6 Serpent, light work, as I like to call it. Alright, gonna be trying to avoid double dashbacks, but even if I do it, really doesn't matter too much because, I'm gonna be able to outdamage whatever region she can get from the node once I get my Fury. So yeah, there I do a couple dashbacks, and she gets some regen, big whoop. Whole block here, gonna use that long stun from guidance to get that off, and drop a huge special 2, almost gets me back to a second one. Couple combo hits here, and I gotta back off and make sure I end a buff. So here I'm gonna dex, parry, and then end my own buff because that's one of the easier ways to do it in a non-buffy buff heavy matchup. Yeah, there we go. And here I know that I'm just gonna be able to nuke her down, so I don't care that she's at her special 3. All right, there we go. 3 fights for Mojo, all of them down with actually a decent bit of chip damage, but hey, I'll take chip damage. That's just a couple potions. All right, so I was a little bit worried about this fight. You know, Havok has this massive energy resistance. Really not massive, but like a decent amount of energy resistance. And that's Viv's main source of damage. So I threw on the Suicide Masteries for this. And I'm going to go to Special 3 just to make sure. Because I don't want to be caught in a position where I've done my Special 1 spam and the defender isn't dead. Things just kind of... It adds unnecessary stress to like what you have to do to get out of the fight. And just like mentally it's a little bit stressful to like get through that rotation and the defender isn't dead, and I don't want to put myself through that. So suicides and go to Special 3. He will definitely be dead after that. And I also ascended Viv just for this fight. You know, Lizer asked like, hey, do you think Viv can do this fight? I was like, what rank? She said rank 3. I said, cool, can I ascend Viv? And she gave me the green light, which was nice. I've been looking for an excuse to do this for a while because I really do love this champ. To this day, like 2 of my most successful videos on YouTube have Viv in the thumbnail. So apparently YouTube likes her too. So there, accidentally take a couple blocked hits on the Special 1. That's perfectly fine. And I'm just going to push my way up to the Special 2. I haven't used Viv probably since the last time I used her in War. You know, I'm not usually running her in BGs with like the metas, so I did not hit all of the skill checks here. Only got 3 of them. You only need to get 3 of them, which is nice. I like that change they made about her. But yeah, I only landed 3. And here, blast him with a couple Special 1s, and he doesn't quite die from that, but I'm unblockable, so I just drop another one, and down he goes. Cool. Suicides or the Special 3 were probably unnecessary. I could have probably done one or the other and finished the fight out just fine, but hey, I'd rather have overkill, you know? And here it is, what is potentially the last Tier 1 Alliance War fight for this Rank 6 Mojo, and probably the last time we'll see Mojo on this channel for a long time. And my boy goes out in style. I end up taking 64 fights this season, and man, I probably should have looked up how many he had before I started making this video, but he probably had half of them, and dude was just a killer this season, refused to die, and just so much fun. Just probably my favorite champ in the game, just because of how fun he is. So here, accidentally get pushed to my Special 3, but I think it's more poetic that way. You know, Mojo is constantly accidentally getting pushed to a Special 3. I appreciate that they didn't give him like a useless Special 3. It's basically just the Special 2, but it costs an extra bar of power. So I appreciate they did that with Mojo, because it's very easy to accidentally shoot all the way up. But yeah, I remembered the invuln this time, so I'm not going to take damage from the Special. And yeah, Serpent is just going to get melted. And that's it. It's a bittersweet moment, but mostly bitter. Because I love using Mojo and I want to keep using him, but it's probably not going to happen. And I couldn't even, in the moment, really relish in it, because I had to quickly switch to my suicides to get to my next fight with Viv before the invuln ran out. So didn't even have time to process that. In fact, I didn't even think about it until after the war was done, that, man, that's probably it for Mojo. But anyways, gonna take this Sauron on 48 with Viv. Don't have guidance here, but she doesn't need it because I'm gonna have openings with my phase. One thing about Viv is that you should never try to use her phase at the beginning, because the AI almost every time recently has been doing one hit and backing up, and I did forget about that for a second, and I got lucky. I also took that whole Special 1 to the face. Glad I had the invuln, because he had quite a few prowess there. I'm usually pretty good with that Special 1, but just completely mistimed it this time. Alright, so, and I accidentally get pushed to my Special 3. I wasn't going to go for it after seeing how the Havok fight went down, but I accidentally went to my Special 3, but that's fine. Again, overkill is better than underkill, I guess. Here, nail the Special 3 decks like I should have been doing. And I think I'm going to get one more out of him. Oh, no, here I dropped the heavy. That might have been a little risky. He might have, thrown a Special there, and I would have been in deep shit, but that's okay. Sometimes you do things that you shouldn't do and they work out, and you just gotta, say thank you and move on. There, I actually have my phase up this time, so I can parry it instead of going for the dex. And I know this special one is going to kill, so I don't even bother baiting the other special out. So yeah, that's the end of my season. I finished 64-1, had that one Wiccan death, and this marks my 4th season with LVT, finishing with 1 death, which is super annoying considering I've never had a deathless season in my entire life. So to come up short that many times is annoying. So right here, we did end up placing podium. The goal this season was War Champ, but it didn't pan out. But shout out to S or Shadow Garden. I have quite a few friends there. They got the better of us in War 6 by like 100-something seconds. We tied, but yeah, good to them. Totally deserve War Champs. They had a great season. But yeah, so let's look at these rewards here. I'm trying to find it. Yeah, there it is. And pretty decent rewards for podium. Kind of weird that there aren't 7-star shards in this. I was kind of looking forward to that. But some Titan shards there, some catalysts, some 6-star shards. Pretty decent amount of stuff here. And then I go to do an opening, so I claim all this stuff, and then I just have to click through all of these catalysts over and over again. But, got to prep for next season. Tactic next season is going to be, what is it? Like, skill and cosmic as attackers, and science and tech as defenders, or something like that. So I noticed I was a little light on the science ones and the skill ones, so I went ahead and loaded up on those. Honestly, rest of this video that I recorded is not necessary, so I'm going to end it here. There aren't any crystals for me to open, as I found out at the end of this video, but thank you guys so much for tuning in to the war fights, and I will see you guys in Season 50, where LVT once again pushes for War Champs. It's going to happen this time, guaranteed. Also, I'm not opening these nexuses. I saved them for ISO. Okay, bye!